following segment is sponsored by Daniel A. White and Associates.
Yeah, we're talking to the folks with Dan White Associates, financial planners specializing in your retirement income. They don't talk about politics, or they might talk about tax policy and Social Security, such like that. They just care about you, no matter who you are. And Dan Simon's on the phone right now. This guy is, he's one of the best. He's a super great guy, really knows his stuff. And they call in at usually around this time after the news at 1:30 with a timely tip. And Dan, it's tax season, man. I bet you got something strong for us.
All that other stuff I was listening to the show, that is outside of our control. But thanks for having us on, Rick. Happy New Year to you. I haven't spoken to you since. So, today I thought we'd talk about a change to retirement plans for government employees that are listeners of yours. TSP plans, thrift savings plans, which are essentially 401ks, but for federal civilian employees, uniformed service members, have made a big change. They will be now offering, as of January 28th this year, in-plan Roth conversions, which is a really big deal. That has not been an option in the past. It is an option within a majority of 401k plans that I see for folks in the kind of the private sector. In fact, about 40% of 401k plans out there allow for in-plan conversions. So it's a really big deal. With taxes on the top of people's mind, I feel as though we're actually living in a relatively low federal income tax environment these days, but we know the debt's looming. And I think consensus is that we may see taxes go up at some point in the future. Especially for those that are approaching retirement and plan on drawing funds out of these qualified taxable retirement accounts. Roth conversions are a topic of interest for a lot of people that I talk to these days.
So we know the pros. We know the positive, the upside on that, which is, hey, you've already paid taxes on the money, so you take it out and you don't pay taxes on it. But if you're going to convert, any possible downsides?
There are some downsides. So running through a couple specifics. So all TSP participants, whether you're an active employee, separated, or retired, do have the ability to do these in-plan conversions. The minimum amount for each in-plan conversion is $500, so it's got to be at least $500 that you're converting over. And 26 of them can be done in a calendar year, so you can gradually do them over the course of the year. There's no spousal consent for a conversion in plan. Only funds invested in TSP funds are available for in-plan conversions. The drawback, Rick, like everything else, is you got to pay taxes. And with some conversions, people have the taxes withheld. With a in-plan TSP Roth conversion, taxes need to be paid out of pocket. So that can either be done through quarterly estimate payments or just, paid out of pocket. There is no withholding that is eligible for an in-plan Roth conversion within the TSP. So that would really be the only downside, in my opinion, other than the fact that, you got to strike a check and pay the taxes, which, not too many people will like to do, but once the taxes are paid, the money grows tax-free and comes out tax-free, which, is a great deal.
And what's great is you guys know all the ins and outs. You know the paperwork. You can walk people right through this and let them know how it's going to affect them in a positive way. In the short term, you got to pay the taxes. And I love the fact that you guys are straight up with all this and how it works. And you're experts at doing this. So I'm really glad. Well, I'm glad I'm a client.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, we're glad you are too, Rick. Like any other financial decision or changes, allocations, conversions that do spin off a taxable event, I would strongly encourage your listeners to either seek counsel from their tax professional, CPA, or current financial advisor or professional that they turn to for guidance. Because again, some people might hear this, I can turn this into a Roth, and then all of a sudden, come April next year, they're stuck with a big tax bill.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've never asked this question before of you or Dan Simon or Dan White or Andrew Wood or anybody, but do you guys have a list of tax professionals that you refer or can refer?
We do. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so we've got a network of CPAs that we work with, and you're actually in the process of bringing on board a CPA this year to to serve our client base at this point with tax preparation and tax services. So,
and I want to say this too for I have listeners who years ago did the smart thing. They bought their retirement beach home in Smyrna, or down the beach rather. And I'm just thinking,
you guys tell me something different about Smyrna that I didn't know.
Sorry, no, I was thinking about.
All right.
It's the fourth hour. My brain goes bye, and that's my excuse. So no, I just think about some folks I know in Smyrna who bought a house just before COVID, and they were not sure if they should have done that. And they did it, and they're so happy they did, even though they have to commute now all the way from Lewis up to Wilmington to go to work, and they do that for a few years. But they're so glad they did it, and I just want folks to know you guys actually have a beach office now.
We do, yeah. We've got an office in Lewis now, and it's funny you say that because it brings to mind a few clients of mine that did the exact same thing, and they're happy as they can be. And with the age of technology that we live in, a lot of people have done that. They're working remotely. Maybe they head up to Wilmington or the office wherever they're at, once a week or something like that. But timing was great. I mean, that's always hindsight. Wish I would have done it, right?
I know. Seriously. I always loved Dewey, but I can't afford it now. All right. Dan Simon, a financial planner specializing in retirement income with Dan White and Associates. Dan White presents On the Money Sunday morning at 7 o'clock here on 101.7 FM, 1150 AM, and streaming at WDEL.com. Dan, do you have anything to add today?
I do not know what the topic is, but my guess would be something along the lines of starting the new year off the right way financially.
I imagine he would, because you guys do that also well every year. Thanks, Dan. Good talking to you, my friend.
You too, Rick. Thank you. Take care.